welcome back to my channel. To start off this look, we're using this eyeshadow base by NYX. This is just going to set a nice base for your eyeshadows. It's going to cancel out anything that you have going on your eyelids. And just so you know, my eyebrows are done in this tutorial. I'll have what I use listed down below, but I've been doing them more in my Get Ready With Me, so I figured I'd leave this one out. So for the first eyeshadow, we're going to be taking Creme from the LORAC Mega Pro palette. Now I know this palette is limited edition, so I'm very sorry for using it through this video, but I don't have a lot of these kind of blush toned eyeshadows in my collection because I rarely ever wear them. So just substitute those colors with other colors you might have. After I put that on the brow bone, I'm going to take Dusty Plum, and we're going to use this as our transitional color. I'm just using a kind of duo fiber fluffy brush. Anything would work with that is a blending brush, so like a 225 by MAC or something like this. Just continue to blend that in the crease. Then we're going to take Mulberry, which is kind of the darker, more Mulberry shade. It's not really like a blush tone or something like that, but it goes in the family. So I like this as our color to just darken up that outer corner of your eye. I like to go from, you know, lightest on the brow bone and then a dark color on the outer V and then light on the lid. So then we're taking Orchid and we're going to be blending out even further in that crease. So you're just adding dimension at this point. Just adding another color or adding, you know, a couple colors in the crease really makes a nice dimension. So after I wet my brush there with Fix Plus, I'm dipping into blush, which is a very nice light pink color. I will say with this shade, it does get a little bit patchy, so yeah, just there's probably better shades out there, but again, I don't have many shades like this, so I did use that one on my lid. After that, I have to blend out. I have to continue to blend and pack on colors in this tutorial because I was blending so much and the colors are so light, I want to say, that they kind of got lost. So I had to go back into the colors, blend. So here I'm again just blending right back into the crease. Here I'm packing on more of that blush shade until I'm happy. So keep doing this until you're happy with your look. Then I'm taking this color by Makeup Geek. I believe this is Starry Eye. This is one of her foiled eyeshadows, and I'm popping that in my inner tear duct and slightly bringing it up in that actual inner corner of my eye. I made it a little bit more dramatic than usual, but that's what I was going for. Then I'm taking these two primers. First is the number 7 Beautifully Matte mattifying primer, and that's going obviously in my T-zone because I am an oily mess there. You guys know this. And then I'm going to be taking the MAC one, which is a smoothing primer, and putting that all over my face, or basically in the outer perimeter of my face, my cheeks, a little bit on my forehead, where I did not put that mattifying primer, so I get my face fully primed just in two different ways, or two different primers. Then I'm using two different foundations. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless and my MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation, and we're going to be mixing those together and putting them on my face. The reason for this is because the MAC one is a little bit thicker and the Maybelline one is a little bit thinner, so together they give me a nice medium coverage foundation. Also want to mention that it does look like it is lighter. Usually on camera my foundation has been looking lighter, so it is a little lighter today because I went to the beach before this, I'm not going to lie to you guys, but it's not that much lighter. After I buff that in, I'm going to take my concealer, which is MAC Pro Longwear in NC20. I usually use NC30, but for some reason I just felt like grabbing NC20. Honestly, it wasn't for any real reason in particular. It does highlight me a little bit more, but it wasn't for any real particular reason today. And I'm putting that underneath my eyes and down the center of my face. When I grab a lighter concealer, I like to especially make sure I put it down the center of my face to make sure my highlighting on my face is even. I'm taking a e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush and I'm going to be blending away. And when I get tired of blending with that little brush, I'm going to switch to my Kabuki brush that I was using to put on my foundation. This one is by Morphe and I've mentioned it before. It is awesome. To set and to kind of bake, I'm taking my e.l.f. High Definition Powder. They have two colors in this. One is for deeper skin tones, which is just a little bit of a tint. And then they have this like white kind of translucent color, which does not give flashback. It's very lightly, like it feels very light on the skin. It's really great powder for like $6. I would definitely recommend it. I'm just using my Sigma highlighting tapered highlighting brush to do so. I was laughing because I look like a freak in that little clip. Then I'm taking my favorite powder to contour / bronze. You guys know this. I use this all the time. There's a dent going on in this powder. That's how often I use it. And I'm actually not using my Morphe brush that I always use. I'm just using a brush that I got in my BoxyCharm because it's very similar and I really like it. So I'm just contouring the usual spots in the hollows of my cheeks. And on my forehead, and I'm not dipping in the product here for any additional product. I'm just blending. After I popped on my lashes, I'm going to just put on some brown eyeliner because I didn't want to do black. I felt like that was a little heavy. Then I'm going to go back into Dusty Plum, and I'm just going to quickly put that right against my lash line, and I'm going to actually blend out with a pencil brush. I like to do this. I like to put it on with a kind of short flat brush and then blend it out with a pencil brush. So I'm just going to blend there for a little bit until I'm happy with the look of that. So after that, I'm going to go back into Starry Eyed by Makeup Geek, and I'm going to intensify that inner corner even more. I'm going to bring it down into the lower lash line a little bit, just a little bit, not, you know, not even halfway, just like a quarter of the way. And make sure that's really nice and blended, but still very, like, in your face, like, prominent. For mascara, I'm taking my telescopic L'Oreal telescopic. I feel like I always say things backwards. And I'm just going to be putting that on my lower lashes. I didn't add it to my top. When I'm using falsies, I usually don't. It just depends, but for the most part, I do not. For blush, I'm taking this Tarte blush. It's called Magic, or the color is Magic. It is a limited edition, but just take any bright pink blush or something that's going to give you like a nice flush to the cheeks. I didn't want it too in your face because I don't want to look like a clown, but I did want a nice little flush to the cheeks. And then I'm not going too crazy with the highlight today because I do tend to go a little cray sometimes. I'm just going to quickly put on some highlighter by e.l.f. and I'll have the exact name linked down below. For lips, I'm taking ColourPop's 2 lip products. The first one is this one right here, which is the lip liner that Kathleen Lights created, and I believe it's called Lumiere. I'm going to outline my lips and then fill them in completely. And then, just to add a little bit of pop in the center of the lip, I'm going to be taking, what is this, Brink or Bound? Bound Lippy Stick, which is this beautiful kind of pinky shade. So that's really it. I hope you guys enjoyed this really pretty kind of blush romantic look. If you enjoyed, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! I just really like these brushes. I think they're made really well. I've already washed them 3 or 4 times because I have been using them, as you can see, a lot, and they're really good brushes. So I'll try to link it's just adonalace.com, but I'll link them down below, and maybe like a couple of the ones that I mentioned that I really like. So check that description